Welcome back. Today I want to tell you about a secret website that every programmer on planet Earth is using every day, probably dozens of times. And it's actually not that secret, but it's a Q&A site. It's a site where you can post a question about programming and you get answers from other people using this platform. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and it has, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of questions that's already been answered. So chances are, especially if you're a beginner, somebody has already asked that question, probably years ago. And so it's easy to search for that question for your topic that you want to have an answer on. And usually you find somebody who's asked that question, maybe a little bit differently, maybe worded in different words. But yeah, you find some answers there within seconds. Or if you don't, it's easy to just post a question and wait for answers to be flowing in. So what's the name of that secret website? It's called Stack Overflow. So that's STACK, stackoverflow.com. It's in one word, stackoverflow.com. And yeah, as I said, it's a Q&A site there. You can register a profile for free. And the cool thing there is that you can't really do too many things at once. When you're starting out, you're sort of starting out as a newbie level, and you can post questions, but you need to you need to earn your right to do something more there on the platform. And the more interesting answers you write, or the more interesting questions you write first, probably, the higher you get in your profile, then you're able to write answers. And if somebody else votes your answer to be helpful or to be even correct and to be the accepted answer, then it also gives you points there, which sort of unlock even more features there. But especially when you're starting out, you don't need to worry about it at all. Actually, to just be able to browse the questions, you don't need to create an account there at all. But again, Stack Overflow is a website that everybody that I know of that works with code in some form or another is using seriously, honestly, on a daily basis. And one of the secrets, another secret that I'm telling you, is that we don't really just use that for very, very complex questions. We use it for very simple questions and for very simple answers as well, because there's just so much stuff to understand, and sometimes we don't know stuff by heart. So I Google and search on Stack Overflow for stuff that I think I should be knowing after 25 years in the software industry. But I'm not ashamed of it. I tell you about it. We Google very, very simple things lots of times. And that's just part of the job, finding your way across resources that are there, and Stack Overflow being one of the very, very prominent resources for software developers. Actually, that Stack Overflow structure, that Q&A side with the profiles and the voting of helpful answers, spawned a whole other area of similar Q&A websites that are grouped into this stackexchange.com portal, where you can talk about physics or math or even sci-fi. So it's not just for coding, but the coding website, to my knowledge, is the one that was started first. And it's called Stack Overflow, and it's my number one secret website that I use as a software programmer every day.